Hi everyone, and welcome to BillyFitzgeraldGolf. And today I want to talk about what your right arm does, specifically when it gets past halfway and gets to the top of the swing. I tell you what, one of the things I see a lot of that really affects the compression of the golf ball, it affects the strike, the direction, I mean really everything, is what this arm does at the top of the swing or doesn't do. So if you're having trouble with compression, if you're having trouble with distance, with pulls left, you feel like it takes a lot for you not to hit it left. I know this sounds crazy, but usually the face gets wide open. There's a lot of twisting in your arm. The very first thing I want to do is give you a quick review of the grip, because if the grip's not right, then it's hard to get into these positions because your arm's constantly trying to get in line with these joints, which is going to open the face if your grip's not right. So again, your grip, leading edge, it lines up with the shaft angle here. I put it right in my fingers. My left hand goes over, again in my fingers, and my left hand goes over. It fits on top right here, and then my right hand goes right on the side. Okay, so what that does is it puts my hands into a position where they can lever back and forth. Okay, which puts my right arm into a position where my right arm gets, slightly tilted or kind of towards the ground. But then what happens up here to a lot of people is this arm is twisting back. And so when that arm twists back, the face opens dramatically, which is going to affect everything on the downswing, even what your body does. So, for instance, what I get a lot of is that, the grip could be good and the setup could be good, and we swing back, and you start to lever back, then all of a sudden this arm starts twisting and it twists the face open. And so that toe of the club is sitting way down like this. It's down here, or even worse, back over there. Now that's good for the bunker, but if you put that into your full swing, there's so much manipulation that has to happen on the way down. There's so much timing. That's where I said if you don't time it up right, if you're late, it goes way right. Most people are early because their arm is twisted up so much this way, so their arm gets really high and twisting on the way down, and we get a bunch of pulls going. So to visualize that, what it would be like if I were to throw a ball. If I were to throw a ball, my arm, this right here sits solid. And as it goes back and forth, this is how my hand works, and this is how my hand reacts back and forth. So if I were to throw a ball, I would throw it that way. And I can add speed to that pretty convincingly, and the ball's still going to go straight, because there's no timing involved with it. But the minute I start to do this, and again, I wouldn't throw a ball like this, where I'm twisting this arm and I'm trying to time the release. To add speed to that, it would be terrible, because there's so much timing involved. Well, that's exactly what's happening, is that when you swing back and you twist your arm like this and twist the face, if you think you're going to hit it a long ways doing that, once in a while you may catch it. But usually what happens, if you add speed to all that rotation, the ball is just going to go everywhere. So we've got to get a sense of how my arm works and how this wrist works on the way back. So without a club, actually with a paddle here, if I can bring the face back into my hand a little bit closer. So again, my arm works when I set up, based on I have the right grip. As my arm works, my hand, as my left hand levers, it makes my right hand work like this. And then as I swing up, this arm, so my hand without a club actually is going to feel like, to me, is going to feel like it's facing the clubhouse or the parking lot, which is behind the camera here. So when I swing back, this is what it's going to feel like, this way. With the total opposite, or when you open the face up, or you're a twister of your right arm, what happens is you get here and your arm is twisting like this. I mean, this hand is facing the wrong way. It goes over here, or even worse, over into the target, depending on, again, how much face twisting you're doing on the backswing. So we want to keep the face square. When you think about it, again, our swing circle, or the plane and swing arc that we're swinging on, you want this face, if you want to be fair, to be exactly consistent, this face is 90 degrees to this plane line. So this is how I want the face to work, okay? The more I open it, the more I have to twist to get it back on the ball, which again is going to put you into positions you don't want. It's going to put your body into positions, it's going to put your arms into positions, because you're just trying to get the face on the ball. And it's hard to get that real good compression when you hit it. So if I want 90 degrees this way, back and forth, I don't want this arm twisting when it gets back here. Okay, so what I want it to do is that when you swing back, you're going to feel like your hand, now my arm is going to work in its shoulder socket. If it didn't, my hand would just kind of go up like that and the face would be completely shut. But what you want to feel is that you get here, and then your hand, as my arm works in its shoulder, that's for another video, but when my arm works in its shoulder, my hand works back towards the clubhouse or back behind the camera. So what does that do for me? When I put my foot in the ground and swing down, it puts the face right where I want it, right at that 90-degree angle. Now I can just run the face into the golf ball. See, with that position, I can add speed to that and not worry about all this timing. I don't have to slow down. I can add speed safely to a face of the club that's square to the plane line. But this arm right here has got to be solid. It can't be twisting all over the place. That's why first thing is get your grip. Make sure your grip's on there correctly. And then what I would want you to do, get your grip here and lever the club back first and start to recognize how your hand works this way. Now as I start to swing back up to the top, I'm going to start to feel, again, how my hand starts to go behind the camera or faces the parking lot a little more. So my hand actually feels, it's going to feel like that, but once I put the club on it, this is what it's going to feel like. I'm going to have, like I'm holding a tray. This arm is going to have, this right hand or trail hand is going to have some angle in it. So when I swing back and I get ready to go, and I swing back and I feel how my arm works in its shoulder socket, now as it works back down, my hand is right where it needs to be. I can move into the ball and I can hit it. And you won't believe, if you're a twister of your trail arm, you won't believe the contact that you're going to get. The compression will immediately come out, the ball speed will immediately go up, and you're feeling like you're doing less because you are. You're not twisting the face so much and doing all this work and getting nothing out of it. You're probably getting a bunch of pulls out of it. You know, and that's what I think scares people, that they come to me and they've got these big pull hooks going on. You know, and typically what has to happen, I got to strengthen their grip, what the industry calls strengthen their grip. I got to get it basically matching up with their arm, their joints in their arm right here in their hand, which is neutral based on the human body. Strengthen their grip and get the face a little bit more shut or closer to square. For them, it's going to feel shut. And again, if they don't walk away, we got a chance with getting the ball straight, and we got a chance with better compression. Now we can add some speed to it if we want, but the first thing you got to do is get control over the face of the club. So now when we swing back, you're going to start to feel, I'm getting underneath here a little bit, my hand faces the parking lot, then it faces the ground. Now I can hit my golf ball. So again, when I get ready to go, get my grip on there right, and I start to feel again how my hand works there and into the ball now. So again, when I hit it, it's going to feel the same thing. So it's really easy for me to hit the ball straight because my arm, and it's real easy for my arm to line up with where the shaft is. Again, oh yeah, if I'm twisting the face back here, my arm is so far over here, everything is twisting. It's kind of a nightmare when you get down to the strike. It's it's not worth it. In the bunker, yes, but everywhere else, we got to make sure that your hand is facing back, and this arm is not twisting. My arm is working, my hand works this way. My arm works really solid, so once I swing here and it works in my shoulder joint and back down, it'll make life so much easier. So again, try this, make sure your grip's right, make sure that your hand's on the club right, and that your hand is working you know, in relation to your right forearm, but it's staying square. So again, feeling like it's to the ground, back, to the ground again. I know this is going to make it so much easier, so much enjoyable to play golf. Lower your scores and you're going to hit a lot better shots. Like and subscribe to my channel, Billy Fitzgerald Golf. Want to take a live lesson from me, or you have a question? Visit me at BillyFitzgeraldGolf.com. And thanks for watching.